module 15.8. In this actual video, let's take a look at how we can add and subtract our complex number. So this is very similar to add and subtract with a radical expression, except I'm involving myself with some imaginary numbers. So if whatever I can simplify first, I'm going to go ahead and simplify these radicals involving with a -1 in the inside, which will lead to imaginary number. So this square root of -36 is actually going to be 6i. This square root of -49 is going to give me a 7i. So I'm going to rewrite my problem. My problem is basically taking a 9 plus 6i, which is a complex number, add onto another complex number, real part plus an imaginary part. So how can we do this? Well, a couple different ways. Traditionally, or the old-fashioned way, is doing distribution. Use a +1, distribute. A second term, +1, again, do a distribution. Bring all the term to the outside, and then combine that way. So that gives me 9 plus 6i plus 1 times 7 is 7. +1 times +7i is +7i. So the like terms are the real part and the imaginary part. So 9 plus 7 is 16, plus 6i plus 7i is 13i. Okay, so my final answer should be 16 plus 13i. Now, if you want, you can actually just combine them while they're in the parenthesis. If you like, you can say 9 plus 7 is 16. 6i plus 7i is 13i. You can do it that way as well. Just be careful when it comes to subtraction. You just got to be careful, okay? So let me just do distribution. I think that way is easier with the subtraction of two complex numbers. So my first term, +1, do a distribution. Let's bring out my both terms, 4 and -9i. My second term, -1, do a distribution. -1 times -5 is +5. -1 times -2i give me +2i. All right, combine the real part first. They go in the front. So 4 plus 5 is 9. -9i plus 2i will be -7i. Okay, so that will be my answer. Now this one is interesting. This imaginary part is I times square root of 7. So I don't think that's actually not like term with the 3i, because the 3i does not have radical with it. So in a minute I cannot combine those. So -1 and a +1 begin to do a distribution. So +1 times 3, +1 times I square root of 7 is 3, and +I square root of 7. So you see how this problem, they put the I in the front. I normally put the I behind the radical. Either way is the right answer. -1 times -5 is +5. -1 times +3i is -3i. All right. If I combine the real part, that will be 8. All right. So now, what do I do with these two terms? Okay. So I think the tutorial do it this way. Sometimes the answer will be displayed this way. Since both of these terms has an imaginary number I in it, what we can do is factor out the I. Okay. So that will be plus. I'm going to keep a plus. I'm going to factor out the I. So that leaves me with a -3. That leaves me with a -3. I'm going to put my -3 in the front of my radical and the positive square root of 7i. You can write it this way. That will be correct. Okay. So the I is on the very outside. The I can also be put right in front of this, between the plus and the parenthesis. Or, so you can just key it in as second, or you can key it in as 8, all right, -3i plus I times square root of 7. I just kind of put the put the radical term on the very back. Okay, so that's also the same thing. All right, either way will work. So just kind of quickly show you how to add and subtract, okay, with a complex number. All right, that will conclude this lecture video. Thank you for watching.